Hello there, I am Shubrunil, your GMAT tutor for the day. Welcome to the third segment of the GMAT exam, the quantitative reasoning part. In our previous videos of the GMAT series, we have discussed the reasons for opting the GMAT as your entrance test for your higher studies. Also, you can check out our video on analytical writing ability and integrated reasoning sections, which describes a time-efficient and structured approach to the two important sections of the GMAT examination. In today's video, we are going to explore the different types of questions you may face in the quantitative section. Further, we are going to solve an easy problem-solving question and a hard data sufficiency question. The challenge is to get the data sufficiency question correct in your first attempt. Let's see whether you can do it without looking at the explanations that follow.
Hello, I am Parna, your second tutor for the day. I will assist you in exploring the quantitative section of the GMAT. The quantitative section of the GMAT examination has always been the most scoring option for the students in the Indian subcontinent. Not only Indians, but also students from most Asian countries find the quantitative section easier than the verbal section. While Indian students struggle mostly on the verbal part, it is the quantitative ability part that helps boost the overall score. However, questions above the 700 level will be tricky for students aiming to score high on the quantitative part. You will face 31 questions in this segment, with their overall allotted time of 62 minutes. There are two types of questions that encompass the quantitative reasoning part: the problem-solving questions and the data sufficiency questions. The scoring pattern in the quantitative section ranges from 6 to 51. A score above 48 is generally considered a good score for students from the Indian subcontinent. Also, because it is nearly impossible for Indian students to go beyond a verbal score of 43, a score of 48 in the quantitative section will help you cross the 700 mark. The quantitative section of the GMAT exam will test you in 6 major areas. It is important to understand that all the questions that you are going to face in your quantitative section will be of standard 8th to standard 10th level of the Indian curriculum. You may face random questions from arithmetic, algebra, geometry, mensuration, what-type problems, and statistics. A detailed chart of the chapters included within the GMAT quantitative syllabus is listed herein.
Moving forward, let's understand the first type of quantitative questions that you are going to face on your exam day. These are direct questions with direct answers and are called problem-solving questions. The problem-solving questions will test you on straightforward concepts, and only one of the given 5 options will be correct. Let's take an example. As the example is very easy, we over here would like to suggest that don't consider this example as the benchmark of the questions in the quantitative section. The question is asking us to find the fractional form of 0.2%. There are 5 given options and only one of the options is correct. The easiest way to do such types of questions is to solve the given mathematics. Feel free to pause the screen and try to answer the question by yourself. So are we ready? I know most of you have already got the correct answer. 0.2% is equal to 2 by 1000. Which when simplified equals 1 by 500. So, the correct option in here is option E.
Although the problem-solving questions are direct types of questions, the other type is not so direct. The second type of question in this segment is data sufficiency questions. Please keep in mind that these questions are tricky and confusing. The data sufficiency questions will have 5 different options, and for every data sufficiency question, you will have the same options to choose from. You will be given 2 statements and 1 question. All you need to do is to find whether the data provided is sufficient to answer the question or not. Please note you are not expected to solve the question, but rather state whether the data provided is sufficient. Let us very quickly understand what are the different options that are provided in the GMAT data sufficiency question. The first option will always be that statement A is individually sufficient to answer the question, whereas statement B is not individually sufficient to answer the question. The second option will be the reverse of what we did in option A, statement B is individually sufficient to answer the question. However, statement A is not individually sufficient to answer this question. The third option states that you will need to combine both the statements to answer the question, whereas neither the options individually are sufficient. The fourth option states that each statement A and B are individually sufficient to answer the question. Finally, the fifth option states that even after combining both the options you are unable to answer the question. With a greater amount of practice, you are going to remember all the options of a data sufficiency question. On your exam day, you will not require to look at the answer choices for a data sufficiency question.
Let's take an example. The question asks whether the given expression y squared plus 7y plus xy is even or not. You have been given two statements. The first one states that the product of x plus y and x minus y is a multiple of 4. The second statement states that the product of x plus 2 and x minus 2 is a multiple of 4. We will have to find whether the data given is sufficient to answer the question. Please feel free to pause the video and try to answer this by yourself. This is the challenge question we were talking about.
Okay, are we ready? Let's begin by analyzing the first statement. The first one states that the product of x plus y and x minus y is a multiple of 4. Imagine if x is equal to y and both are equal to 0, then x plus y times x minus y is a multiple of 4, and y squared is even, 7y is even, and xy is even. Hence y squared plus 7y plus xy is even. Then the answer would be yes, but if x is equal to y and both are equal to 1, then x plus y times x minus y is a multiple of 4, and y squared is odd, 7y is odd. And xy is odd. Hence y squared plus 7y plus xy is odd, then the answer would be no. Thus, statement A is not sufficient to answer the question as we have a conflicting situation. Let's look forward to the second statement. It says the product of x plus 2 and x minus 2 is a multiple of 4. This means x squared minus 4 is a multiple of 4. If x squared minus 4 is a multiple of 4, then x squared is also a multiple of 4. This implies that x is a multiple of 2. Hence x is even. However, we don't have any information on y. Based on whether y is even or not, we can have two cases. Case 1. If y is even, then y squared is even, 7y is even, and xy is even. The overall expression is even. Case 2. If y is odd, then y squared is odd, 7y is odd, and xy is even. The overall expression is even as sum of two odd numbers, and an even number is even. It is apparent that in both cases the expression is even. It seems that statement B is sufficient to answer the question. Are you thinking to choose option B as the correct option? Take your time. Be double sure that you have chosen the correct answer. Okay, so are we ready to move forward with B? In case you have chosen option B, you have been trapped by this data sufficiency question. Have you found any errors in the solution? If not, then pause the video for a second, go through the solution once more, and try to find out the subtle error.
You will be surprised to know that this is one of the basic errors that students commit during the initial days of preparation. Nowhere it has been mentioned that x and y are integers. Instead, just by looking at the questions and the statements, most of us make the mistake of assuming x and y integers. In reality, x and y can be non-integers. Let's take an example. Suppose x is equal to 2 square root 2. This value of x satisfies the given statement x squared minus 4 is a multiple of 4. However, with x equal to 2 square root 2, if the value of y is 2, the expression in question is no more an integer. In this case, it is neither odd nor even but a rational number. Although it seemed initially that statement to be sufficient, there are cases where we don't have a definite answer. Thus, the second statement is also redundant. Let's try and combine both the statements together and find whether both of them together are sufficient to answer the question or not. The first one states that the product of x plus y and x minus y is a multiple of 4. The second one says the product of x plus 2 and x minus 2 is a multiple of 4. Remember, we are not told that x and y are integers. So, if x is equal to y and both of them are equal to 0, then the expression is even, but if x is equal to 2 square root of 2 and y is equal to 2, then the expression is non-integer. Even both statements together cannot give a definite answer. Hence the correct option, in this case, is that both the statements together are insufficient. Thus option E is the correct option.
If this was what you opted, then congratulations. You have successfully solved your first 700 level data sufficiency question. Your line of thinking aligns correctly with all the steps of solving a data sufficiency question. However, chances are that you might have got both the problem-solving question and the data sufficiency question wrong. Doesn't matter, buddy. Don't lose hope. We at Eventide International have seen students improving from a 570 to a 730. All they had was patience and honest efforts. The dream was always there for them, just like you. We promise you that with the well-structured and effective teaching methods at Eventide International, you will be able to do it in no time. Remember, the aim is to work smart, not to work hard.
We hope that this session has given you a major insight into how a simple-looking data sufficiency question can trick you. Even if you got the wrong option, there is no need to panic. The more you do data sufficiency questions, the more your skills will develop and you will be able to read between the lines. Stick with us to find some more challenging questions like this one.
Eventide International is a one-stop solution for all your admission requirements. We have separate in-house teams of expertise right for your exam preparation to your admission process. Our test prep services are based on proven techniques and carefully planned, keeping in mind the time limitations of an applicant. We offer customized, detailed study plans so that you can organize your preparation with a fixed schedule. Our guide will help you achieve your desired score most efficiently. You can either opt for pre-packaged video lectures or dedicated one-to-one coaching. With our mock tests, explanations, and guides, you will have a plethora of resources. Apart from test prep, Eventide International also provides profile evaluation services, career counseling services, admission support, scholarship and funding services, loans and financial services, passport and visa assistance, and post-enrollment services. We ensure that all your requirements are fulfilled through a hassle-free process. Please feel free to visit our website www.eventideinternational.com to know more about how we can help with the admission process. Wish you a fantastic and happy admission journey.